All right, we're recording. Today we are currently in Little Falls, New York. And we're coming out of Albany, New York, heading towards Ottawa, Illinois. So let's get going. Basically, we delivered last night. And then took our 10 and just slept at the receiver there. Literally nobody even bothered us. And then woke up in the morning and I went to the shipper. And we had some issues at the shipper. Someone from the brokers didn't do their job and didn't create an appointment for a pickup. So then they were like, crap, you don't have an appointment. And then the broker called and they made an appointment, but the appointment was going to be like 3 hours later than originally it should have been. But it was no big deal because we have more than enough time to make it still, because our delivery is like Friday morning. Our delivery is Friday morning, so we have 2 days to drive just under 900 miles, which I think today we're just going to drive like 400 something, and then rest we'll do tomorrow. I could have found another load, but I really want to stick with this one because it's light. It's 15,000 pounds, and we were already there. My clock was started, so everything was kind of lining up, so I was like, you know, screw it, we'll just stay on this load. But I mean, as you can see, we're quite a bit far up north, like right under, I guess, Vermont is the only state between us and Canada. Roads are good. I mean, they definitely got some snow, but I don't think any of this snow was recent. This is from that one snowstorm that they had. It's a simple day today. Clean roads, no traffic. I'm okay with that. Up this grade. I'm only 15,000 pounds, so it would definitely have made a huge difference. If I was 45, I'd probably be under 30 right now, easily under 30 miles an hour. Push the seat back. It's been a while since I've been on the 90 up here. But it's nice. I mean, there's definitely grades, but there's no like crazy grades where you got to go under 20 miles an hour and then your flasher's on and do a brake check and whatnot. For example, like down on 40, they have a long grade and you got to do a brake check up top. Down on 64, they have the same grade. 24 has the same grade. All of those lower main interstates, 68, pretty horrible. All of those main interstates down there have a lot of not a lot, but they have grades where you really gotta be careful and go super slow, because it'll be like a 5%, 6% descent for like, you know, 5-6 miles, which is where you really got to go slow. And I mean, you know, I'm light, so it doesn't make a difference. It's holding me at 65, not going past it, even though I'm descending. If I was heavy, I'm sure it'd be a completely different scenario. Yeah, this stuff is rattling, which is, I'm sure it's just inside the dash. We'll eventually have to replace this part, but we'll see. But I definitely don't mind 90 up here. I would avoid taking heavy loads up here, but again, it's nothing that is quite horrible. You know, I mean, people complain about Pennsylvania or Pennsylvania. I said Pennsylvania, and then New Jersey and New York. But I wouldn't even mind going through there on the interstates, because 76 and 80 compared to like 64 and 40 are way better. One big downside of running up here as opposed to down there, however, is that there's quite a bit of tolls on these interstates up top. Like 90 is a toll road, 80 is not, so 80 is good. So whenever I book a load to like New York, New Jersey, or PA, I try to take 80 because there's no toll. But 76 can be pretty pricey, especially if you go to like Philadelphia. Then you really don't have a choice other than having to take 76, because taking 80 would just add too many miles. Yeah, holding that's not gonna help it. You just learn to live with it. You just learn to live with it. Oh yeah, newsflash. We're just driving along, and I know I filled up a full tank, this is a weird thing to me. My tanks on the side of them say 130 gallon, but never in my life have I filled even close to 200 gallons. And trust me, I've had more than plenty times where I was like empty, empty. So that's kind of crazy to me. Why are they called 130s when I've never filled over like 180, 180 gallons, maybe tops? That's kind of crazy to me. But besides that, yeah, my gauge died. We're just driving and it was like bouncing around and just went down and died out. So I don't know if my sensor is out or if there's like a valve reader or something that's inside the tank. Something had to have died, but no idea what it is. We'll have to check that out when we're back. But I mean, usually I don't even check the gauge. I just go by the miles. Just generally speaking, you know, if I get 6.5 miles a gallon, I know how many gallons I fill. And then I just check the miles, because especially now when it's cold, I don't idle. So pretty much driving is the only fuel consumption. I guess when people think of New York, this is not the first thing that comes to your mind. It's like a farming New York. There's a lot of farms up here on 90. And upstate New York is nice. I guess if that would be what you would call upstate, like up on 95. Today's a simple day. Hopefully stay simple, but you never know out here. I'm just gonna keep driving. I don't know how far. Might even give it a go up to Cleveland. if I feel like driving, I might just drive all the way till I run out of hours, and then tomorrow we have way less to go. It really just depends on how much I feel like driving, so we shall see. These are the different type of drivers. When you see yellow plates out here, these are not New York City drivers. When you see New York City drivers up in New Jersey and stuff, 9 out of 10 you're gonna get cut off. And to sweeten the deal, maybe brake check. I don't know, but I think, I mean, a lot of people don't like on the East Coast because I guess because of the mountains and stuff, but once you've been driving out here for some time, and especially if you're dispatching yourself, it's really not that bad, you know, because if I get a load and they tell me where it's picking up and whatnot, and I see it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere on some routes, I just don't even go for it, especially if it's heavy. If it's light, I really don't care what it is, but if it's heavy, up on the East Coast, like, you really got to watch out, because there's a lot of grades and then bridges and windy roads, and hauling 45,000 pounds on top of that is just not a good time. I mean, you've seen the last video we had, or one before this one, where we ended up on a freaking mountain. And I know all the people are like, well, you should be using a truck GPS. Well, if you would have watched the video, you would see I do have a truck GPS, but there was no truck signs anywhere. So I figured, I mean, it was a state route, that it was good to go. And usually I do plug it up whenever I'm off the interstates, but it just happened to be. But I mean, you know, excuse me, it's one of those people that never took a wrong turn, never hit anything. So I understand. I'm not salty.
You're just mad. You're not a pro like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I'm a rookie. You know? It's like people, if you look on my channel, they're like, what is wrong with you? Are you like a rookie? Like, you see the name of my channel? I mean, I've been driving like 2.5 years, but I think I always consider myself a rookie. I mean, every freaking day you're learning something in this. As long as that snow is not on the roads, I'm okay with it. And that's the one nice thing about running up here is like, even when they get a lot of snow, people know how to drive, and then they take care of their roads. You go freaking Tennessee and you get like 1/4 inch of snow, you might as well just park your truck. People will lose their minds.
You go to St. Louis and it rains.
Oh yeah, St. Louis, it rains a little bit, and people are like, oh, it rained, I gotta go in the ditch. But I remember when I used to live in Chattanooga, throw those back there. When I used to live in Chattanooga, like, they would get like a 1/4 inch of snow, they would call off schools and everything. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, guess enough blabbering for today. I'll do a short video for today, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.